What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to the Bianconeri zone. No football today. I think everybody saw the news. All the games have been postponed in Italy to Wednesday. That's the good news, I guess, because at first there was talks that it was going to be postponed to the following weeks, which meant that we could be playing 3 away games straight in a top four race. Right now we are losing. I know we have a game in hand and you can top Bologna still, but right now, mindset wise, mentality wise, it's not looking fantastic for us. That's why I'm disappointed that the game is not today. I thought it would fit better, in my opinion. But we play Wednesday. We play Wednesday at a god awful hour at 6:30. So that's typical Italy. Traveling fans are at Parma. They are now leaving, and probably most of them are not being able to make it back because it's a Wednesday at a ridiculous hour when people are working. So no respect to the fans. Again, losing a lot of money. Again, just because of the TV stuff and whatever, which is even weirder because who the hell is watching football at 6:30, during a week, a normal weekday? That's absolutely insane, but that's the league. That's why it's not one of the best leagues in the world, and it's not even close at this moment in time. But as you know, Bologna did what I expected them to do, and not give up. I didn't expect them to beat Inter, but everybody was talking about their schedule. It's tough. The schedule means squad to them because right now, I'll repeat myself, they are the best team. When I say team, the 11 out there as a team, as a unit, from the clubs in a top four race, and I'm not including Atalanta because I think they're just going to make it easily. They are the best team. It's as simple as that. We can lie to ourselves, but it would be lying to ourselves. Yes, if we win, if we win, we still have a point. We go a point ahead of them, but they just beat Inter. And to be honest, I don't know. I don't know if many watched that game. They didn't give up anything. It's not they created a shitload of chances, but no team had really a chance, and they took them, and they took it. They kept Inter at bay as if it were nothing. So why wouldn't they beat Milan, or who do they play? Lazio, do they still play, or Roma? Like, why wouldn't they beat these teams? These teams are not good at all. That's why post Roma, when I made the video and I was like, it's the same thing, and people are like, oh, be positive, you're overreacting. At Roma, away from home, we didn't even try to win that game, and I saw people celebrating a point. A point away to Roma in our situation is absolutely madness. Especially the way that game was unfolding. I thought, I was like, that's disappointing. And we picked it up the next week. We won. It wasn't great, but you won that game. We are in a very difficult and tough situation. When we talk about the future of this club, the future of this club is on the line in the next 6 games, what it is. We play for the next couple of seasons, because financially, getting top four is a must. The job at hand for Tudor is not great. It's not great. It's actually very difficult, to be honest. I don't feel sorry for him, but like at the end of the day, I want him to make it. There's a lot of talks about he's not going to stay here. He made it very clear in his presser for the game on Saturday. Funnily enough, and he said that he was actually a bit angry because he was asked about, are you a journeyman? Basically steady the ship, and next summer you're out of this club, you're not in anymore. And he was angry about it. He was like, that's kind of disrespectful, but at the end of the day, it's reality. You signed up for this reality. You signed up to become potentially a journeyman, even if you get top four. So when he got angry, I was like, cool, because you got the opportunity, you want to take it, and you want to hold on to the opportunity, and you do not want to give up on it. I get that. I respect that. But at the end of the day, you signed up for this situation, and you cannot be shocked nor angry or surprised, whatever you want to call it, if the club sacks you or moves on from you, even if you get top four. You know what the situation is. So that's why I think it's a very weird situation for everybody involved at the club, coaching, players as well, because a lot of these players, they're probably not going to be here. A lot of these players probably are not even sure if they're going to be here. Like, some know, some have no clue. Vega, for example, he has no clue if he's going to be here. Colomani, Conceição, he probably knows he's gone. Gatti is not even certain. Like, the list goes on and on. So even within the club, the situation is strange in my opinion, because it's just a weird thing where it's like, yes, we're playing for top four as a club, but are the players really playing for that? Some of them are playing for a move. Some of them are playing for absolutely nothing. Some are playing for being confirmed or a new contract. The mix match, or the the mix of different situations within this club right now are horrible. That being said, no game today. So Wednesday we better be ready, facing a Parma team who need to win, to avoid relegation. They're not gonna hand us absolutely anything, nothing basically. They're gonna be ready. They're gonna fight for it. If you want to take any positives at the game being postponed, Yildiz probably could be able to get a start, because he was not tipped to start because of the injury. So maybe he could get a start. I'm not sure if Koopmeiners or Mbangula will recover for Renze. Probably not, but maybe the positive thing is, well, Yildiz is fit probably, potentially to start that game with, because Tudor talked about it on Saturday. So Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, so 3 days of extra recovery time. Maybe Yildiz can start that game, and it's massive because we need Yildiz. Has been proven, has been shown in the last couple of games. He's vital. He's vital to us potentially getting top four. But yeah, Bologna are not stopping. Roma are not stopping. Atalanta are still there. So it's a very tricky situation. Lazio are there out of the Europa League, so they only have one game a week to play for, like us as well. And it's good, or like it's fun slash not fun to talk about being linked with Kim Young Jae, or whatever the name is. I forgot about it right now. Or is it Hansko? Are we gonna keep Vega? Is it Oshiman? Is it this? Is it that? That's all irrelevant if we're being completely honest. If we do not make top four, and again, that Bologna win yesterday was horrible for us. Absolutely terrible for us. You need, again, we have it in our own hands. I get it. You play Bologna, but man, how many people are confident that we go away to Bologna and we beat them, or we go away to Lazio and we beat them, or keep them at a point, whatever you want to call it, and then finish it off against Venezia and is it Udinese? Like, how many people are really confident of that scenario? I don't think a lot of people, nor should you be, to be honest, but that's the situation. So Tudor has a massive week ahead of us right now with Parma, and then 3 days, because we play on Sunday, Monza on Sunday as well, to go into the Lazio and Bologna game and try to kill it off, because we need to kill it off. Bologna and Lazio are not going to kill themselves off. It's very clear right now. It's up to us to make it happen, because we have the points, the game in hand. If you win out, you're in, basically. And that's the only option we have left right now. That's the only certainty. We need to win out and get into the top four. If not, you're going to need to pray and hope, for the people who pray, that Lazio and Bologna fumble the bag. That's as simple as that, So, anyways, let me know in the comments what do you think after that Bologna win. Do you think it's more at risk than you thought before that game, or are you in that same position where you're like, we're gonna get it, or no, we're not gonna get it, which is my position, but it's been that for weeks, even when Motta was still in charge. Anyways, let me know, like the video, and I'll speak to you guys tomorrow. Ciao.